Hello BookTube, my name is David and welcome back to my channel. We're continuing our library tour today with the last complete shelf of science fiction. We'll have a little bit trickle over into next week's shelf as well, but then we'll be moving into fantasy. So I'm excited for that. As always, most of these I have not read, so please, if you have any insight on ones that I should prioritize that you see here, let me know because I value your input. So we'll just dive right into it because we're going to get through Z and into anthologies for science fiction. So we have All the Lives He Lived by Frederik Pohl. I know Frederik Pohl is one of those names I see often in science fiction. I haven't read anything by him, and as you can see, this was kind of a library withdrawal book. The premise sounded really interesting, so I picked it up. We'll see how it turns out. At the same time, I picked up Blue Remembered Earth by Alastair Reynolds. I did read a Alastair Reynolds book last year. It was the one and only that I did through, was it NetGalley or something like that, the review service, before I decided I didn't want to try to make that be what dictated my reading schedule. But I really enjoyed my first Alastair Reynolds. I think it was Inhibitor Phase or something like that. Really enjoyed. So when I saw this, I had to pick it up, based solely on that first experience with Alastair Reynolds. We have The Dark Beyond the Stars by Frank M. Robinson, co-author of The Glass Inferno. We have one that was one of my last pickups, another library used book, Red Mars by Kim Stanley Robinson. This one I know I saw Prometheus from Bookzealots read last year and enjoyed. So, and I think Jeremy Fee has read this one too, if I'm remembering correctly. Anyway, I know good things about it. I think it's even on Michael from Fit to Be Read's top 150. So definitely need to check that one out. It's a bit of a long one. We have And Chaos Died by Joanna Russ. So we're getting back to these nice little thin ones. Oh, here we go. The first major science fiction novel of the 1970s. How about that? Blurred by Robert Silverberg, Samuel Delaney, and Fritz Leiber on the back. Next we have Fred Saberhagen, the Berserker Man. So even the dread berserkers must fear the ultimate synthesis of man and machine. I like that cover. That's one thing that's fun about these vintage sci-fi books is just seeing the cover art, because they were just fantastic at times. And of course, we have Old Man's War by John Scalzi. This is going to be among the first handful of books I'm going to try to prioritize for my once I finish up my February reads, because I really want to get to this. And why do I want to get to that, you ask? Because we have The Consuming Fire and The Last Emperox, both of which I read last year and started this year. The Interdependency series, I read the first book in that, The Collapsing Empire, last year as well, but I don't have a copy yet. And loved the trilogy. Fantastic. It ended in a very satisfying way. Not the way I expected it to end, but it was very satisfying. And interesting characters, good, fast-paced, just a lot of fun. So I expect to find more of the same in Old Man's War. Then we have what may be one of my favorite books of all time, Hyperion. I'll have to read the next one, all of Hyperion, to see how this stands up. And this is another one that is high on my priority list once we get into March. And we have Ilium by Dan Simmons. I picked this up solely because of the name Dan Simmons after reading Hyperion and absolutely loving it. The Fourth R by George O. Smith. He looked like a harmless kid, but locked in his mind was a time bomb. So there you go. We have one that I've had for a while and just haven't gotten a chance to read yet. Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky. I haven't read any Tchaikovsky. This is probably going to be the first. Probably won't be the last. We got the appearance by the little guy back there. Hi, Archer. Hi. Next we have Tales of the Dying Earth by Jack Vance. Really need to get to this one soon too, because I've wanted to pick that up. We have Dreamfall by Joan D. Vinge. And again, it says science fiction. If I had looked at that, I would have said fantasy. But we'll see. Hugo Award-winning author of The Snow Queen. All right, so we got just a couple more left here. We got another Joan D. Vinge, Heaven Chronicles. We have The Martian by Andy Weir. No, I have not read anything Andy Weir yet. I need to read it. I have it on good authority that it is well worth reading. And it's on Michael's top 150. We got 6 novels by H.G. Wells. I've read 2 of them, reread one of them, and read one of them last year. So I've got 4 more to go to work through that. We've got some Zelazny, 4 for Tomorrow. Then we have 9 Princes in Amber, which I absolutely loved last year. And then my BookTube spin pick that I still need to read, Guns of Avalon, which is book 2. Still need to finish my Stainless Steel Rat Saves the World. Yeah, about 70 pages to go on that. And that's part of why I made the announcement I did, because I've spent the entire month waiting to get back to Stainless Steel Rat and haven't been able to. There's some books I've really wanted to get into ever since I picked them up on vacation last year. Infinite Stars. So this is a whole bunch of stories. So definitive anthology of space opera and military sci-fi. It's got some Ender's Game, Honor Harrington universe, Dune stories. There's so much in there. I want to check them out. And the same goes with Infinite Stars, Dark Frontier. So this is the follow-up. I really want to dive into this. And we've also got an old library book, Old Venus, edited by George R.R. Martin. I'm all for these anthologies and just haven't had a chance. So the last book that we've got here, 3 Trips in Time and Space. So this has got a story by Larry Niven, one by John Brunner, and one by Jack Vance in here. So let's see what these are. So original novellas of science fiction. So we have Flash Crowd by Larry Niven, You'll Take the High Road by John Brunner, and Rumfuddle by Jack Vance. So I'm excited to check this one out at some point in time. So there you have it. That is the penultimate of the sci-fi that you will see. There's 5 or 6 more anthologies, and then we'll trickle into fantasy after that. So thank you for watching, and hope you have a great rest of your day.